and we are ready for our next run. This will be rolled out expert warps by SloshW. Over to you. Good luck.
Hello everyone, my name is Slosh, and I'm going to be running Rolled Out, a brand new official course, Expert, that is not actually fully released yet. Shoutouts to the devs for giving me early access to it so I could show it off at this this amazing marathon. Expert is 100 stages long plus a few bonus stages that we're going to just skip, and it gets really hard. We will be taking some warp goals, so we will be able to skip some stages, but I also have a co-commentator with me, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
At this point. Marble roller extraordinaire, you could say. Also, Slosh, Discord hates you, and the stream totally did not work.
Yeah, I know. I keep trying to stream it to the Discord, and every single time it's like it's disconnected from Discord. I don't know what's going on.
Apparently it's just Discord being Discord. That's fine. Yeah. I will watch another way. Regardless, this will be a fantastic showing of a fantastic game. If you have not heard of Rolled Out, it is maybe the best marble roller on the market right now. No exaggeration. It is a fantastic game.
I personally agree with that statement, but real quick before we get into the run, I believe that there was a character bid war that I now need to know who
Yes, there was,
won.
And the winner of that is Rook the Field Unit with $110. That's $50 over what was in second place.
Let's go. I love Rook. So I'm very happy to see Rook win. Alright, I'm gonna give a quick countdown, and then I'm gonna get into this run. So 3, 2, 1,
get rolling. I like that.
Get rolling.
Are you ready?
So I'm going to, first thing I'm gonna do is give myself a lot of extra lives because Rolled Out has a feature where you can just give yourself a lot of extra lives, and it comes in handy for a long and difficult category like this. I hope that I make this cycle right. Yes, nice. The first 3 stages are honestly one of the bigger stress zones of the run for me. The first 2 stages are very hard, and then the 3rd stage has a really tough red goal that we want to try and take. Red goals skip 2 stages, green goals skip 1. So as many warp goals as we can take, we want to take. If I cannot, if I'm about to time out and can't get to the red goal, I will be taking the blue goal though. I'm playing an extra 2 stages just because. And I've already missed the blue goal gate, which is not good because I'm not as familiar with, okay, doing that. Never mind. Now, almost.
This warp goes so
Very
hard.
tight timing for this. I almost got launched back into the blue goal. That would have been ironic. No, Rook, we want to go in the gate. There we go.
Clear.
So even though that took forever, it's still probably saved time because one of the stages that we skipped is called Chains of Love, and that stage can get kind of long. Also cool strat on banking on it. We're going to be taking another red goal here on airtime. So this first world theme, Tranquility, we end up skipping a lot of, thanks to there being 2 red goals. But after this, the density of warp goals in each individual world drastically drops, especially since we don't take the red goal that is in the ice cave because it takes so much time to get.
Also, if you're looking at these goals, maybe you're thinking, how the heck do I tell if it's a warp goal? For red goals, you'll see red particles. For green goals, you may see green particles. The green particles are a lot harder to see. You have to really keep an eye out for those. The red ones are pretty easy. Yeah, that's how you know if something's a warp goal or not.
Yep, and now... Uh-oh, that's not good. Alright, this stage, sometimes that happens. It's very easy to fall off right near the top. And unfortunately, there is an IL, or individual level strat, on this stage that skips
God,
this
the
entire
IL is
second
so
half.
hard.
It's not RTA viable. It is Let's stay up here. There we go. Okay. Also, something I should note. You may have seen that stage that was in that really pink world background. That was a bonus stage. Bonus stages, you don't have to play. And if you press the retry button on a bonus stage, it will skip the cannon animation for the next stage.
So bonus stages work a lot like they do in Monkey Ball, where they're just there for you to collect some coins, get yourself some extra lives, get yourself some more focus meter, which we can talk about in a little bit. They also have the added bonus of they do not count toward the in-game timer. Most categories, all categories in this game, are timed with the in-game timer. Bonus stages don't count them, so you can have a little bit of a break if you're in the middle of a run, what have you. It's kind of nice.
Get rolling. Clear.
Yeah. And you mentioned focus meter. There's one specific stage later in the run that I will point out that I'll be using it on, because I found out earlier today that there could possibly be like a 3+ minute difference in time if I use focus meter on that stage as opposed to if I don't. Also cool strat on this stage. And cool strat on this stage. This is a strat that I'm so happy works. So we're going to hit twice, scoop, hit,
Oh my goodness. This
fly into
is
the
my
goal.
first time seeing both of those strats. Those are both thick. Did you find those?
Get ready. Get rolling.
Okay.
Okay,
cool.
No. So, well, I found fidget. I sort of watched Steven, who is an IL, a really good IL runner in this game, for chip off the block, and then I sort of modified his IL strat to be a little bit more RTA reliable.
Sick.
So shoutouts to Steven.
Mega shoutouts to Steven. Steven does a lot of work to help keep this game's community active.
Ready.
You've probably seen Steven on these in-game leaderboards over on the left. This game has built-in in-game leaderboards for each stage. They're not very filled out because this is on the sort of test branch. But yeah.
Clear.
If we were playing this on the main branch, you'd see a whole bunch of names listed.
Ready. Set. Roll.
It is important to note that this game is in early access, so if there are a couple things that look a little weird, that's probably why. This is compounded by the fact that we're playing on the test build as well, so...
Roll.
Yeah, and we got the wind mechanic on this stage. Something fierce. Wind pushes you around. On that stage, it is not our friend at all. This stage has a really unique use of seesaws. I don't like this stage because the seesaws hate me. Whoa. There is a way to skip the third whisk, but getting it reliable in a way that saves time, I have not figured that out yet, so I'm going to just play it safer and take the third whisk. Hopefully it will let me out of the whisk. Thank you, game.
Clear. Are you ready?
Really cool strat alert for parkour. So there's a wind volume in this huge gorge. Gonna have it carry me up. This is... Yep. I was too far forward, had too much height from the wind. Let's try that again. That's looking better. Now I'm going to run at this edge, clip across,
Well done.
and into the goal.
Clear.
There's so many cool strats in Expert. I'm
I love
really
that
excited
strat.
for this category to be like officially released in the main game.
Yeah, same here. This is one of my favorite categories to run. Probably my favorite official category. I just fell off the side. I'm cracked. But I'm so glad that like there is now a course in rolled out in the official stuff that's like super long, like this
Yeah,
one.
the longest course we had before this was Challenge, which was 75 stages, which seems, you know, pretty close to 100, but they all went by super quick. This course, it has longer stages, they're much more difficult, this one takes a lot longer. At least right now. I imagine as the run develops, it'll get shorter and shorter.
Finish.
Yeah. Is this gonna be Goofy Geometry? Given the load time, I'm going to say yes. I don't know why the stage loads so long, but there's a really cool RTA skip. I cannot believe that hit worked. That was a much lower bounce than I'm used to, with a lot more
That's how you do
speed.
that.
Set. Kick roll.
Yeah, pretty much. The IL version of that strat, you sort of,
Clear.
you curve in more towards the middle and get a much bolder clip that sends you straight
Yeah,
to
you
the
just
goal.
kind of hope for good collision. That's how I play that stage, is the IL
Yeah.
track, because I didn't know about that other one, and it's not the most reliable thing in the world. Yeah, it was.
Okay, that was a really good foggy mountains. That was a world that was giving me some trouble in practice.
Are you ready? Start.
Also, you may have just seen me take a sip of water. Make sure to stay hydrated, everyone in chat.
Kick roll.
Now we're into Candy Factory. Bright and cheery. This world also has sticky floor. Sticky floor is on this stage. We're not going to really use it. Sticky floor, you stick to it. Pretty self-explanatory. But when you fall off of sticky floor, gravity will return to normal. And I put some emphasis on that because we will be seeing gravity floors later, and that does actually change the alignment of gravity. But for now, we're just stuck with sticky
think
floor. And
you're
that might have been the only stage with sticky floor and expert. I'm not
Right,
sure.
But I don't know, I haven't touched this category in a little bit, so...
Oh,
I found a skip for
that's
graphic
not
that I should show you.
good. Yeah, okay.
Start.
I'm scared of what that implies because I've spent a lot of time ILing the green goal.
It's not easy, but...
There we go. That's what I was trying to do the first time.
Yeah.
Finish.
Just skip that last wire because that gets really narrow, the peaks get really high. It's rough. This stage is really cool. It used to be a lot harder. I am glad for reliability that it got nerfed, but I am a little bit sad that the original version wasn't just slapped in Master, which I hear is going to be a thing at some point, and I'm scared because there's some stages later in this run that feel like they're Master difficulty.
I mean, hey, none of the Desolation stages are in this difficulty yet, so it doesn't seem like they will be.
Yeah.
Start.
I don't think we've mentioned yet, you're seeing Slosh use a lot of diagonals to accelerate. This game pulls inputs in a square, therefore diagonals are farthest away from the center, so they're the strongest input, meaning that Slosh will accelerate faster when using diagonal inputs. That is the gist of like basic movement in this game. That's also how basic movement in the original Monkey Ball game works. It's very similar.
Kick roll.
Yeah, and in fact, a lot of the developers on Rolled Out started as
Start.
custom Monkey Ball level creators. So actually a handful of the stages that I'm playing, this one included, were in a Super Monkey Ball ROM hack before Rolled Out was
If
created.
you've ever played a Monkey to Ball, that is Monkey to MONKEYED ball, then you've probably seen some of these stages. They've been changed a lot for this game, but many of them are still recognizable.
What was that ramp rush?
way.
And that is what way too many hours on that stage looks like. That ramp rush is one of like the 3 or 4 stages that I have IL'd more than any other, so I've learned a great deal on what to do on attempts that aren't exactly ideal, but I've never really had to do anything like that.
Like that on Ramp Rush. That was a really good save.
I'm gonna be completely honest, for like half of that I had no idea what was going on. I just was pushing buttons and hoping that I was making the right call.
It worked, clearly.
Now this stage has some touch activation platforms. They do special things when you touch them. That's what touch activation platforms do. Every time you may be hearing a sound effect play whenever I roll over floor on this stage. All these floors fall away after a couple seconds from when you've pressed them.
Let's get ready.
So you gotta have strategy on how to get to the goal. That was a terrible joke. Let's ignore it and let's focus on this stage. I hate this stage.
Get rolling.
I have to ask, have
There
you
we
seen
go.
the strategy IL?
Clear.
Yes, I was tempted to try and learn it, but
I believe it's RTA viable.
Get rolling.
As the pioneer of the
Yeah,
strat, I'm pretty sure it is. It is very hard though.
I saw a little bit of it when you were like poking around at it, and I'm inclined to believe that it is RTA viable as well, but it's
Are you ready?
really
Close
scary.
at the 6 days.
Yeah, that is a really satisfying
So you-
stage to play. I got owned by it the first time I played it and got really mad at it, but then I learned how to play it and now I think
so
it's cool.
unique. There's no other stage I've ever seen in a Marvel Roller that tests skills in the same way Slokeless does.
I really hope that I hit this strat. If I do this correctly... Yes!
Clear.
Skipping the whole stage. That is... that is a strat that, I almost never first try, but I usually am able to get it quickly. So I'm really glad that in the marathon, I was able to hit it first try, and in practice is when I was goofing
It's
it
really
up.
precise timing. This is a great run so far.
Don't jinx it, we're not to VR yet. The second half of the run is when things get unreal. So, that stage, there are 4 branches that each have a button at the end that bring part of that ending wire down. We only need to hit those 2. You can actually beat it by only hitting 1, but hitting 2 for safety because it's also just fast to do that.
I have something to mention if this is a good time.
No. I just died 21 seconds into the stage. That's like the first time I've died on that wire. It's usually this wire that I fall off of. Okay, let's try that again. Fun fact, Forgotten Path was another stage that was in Super Monkey Ball, and for a really long time it looked like it just was not going to be Rolled Out. And we were wondering, is that stage truly forgotten? But no, it is now Remembered Path. Also, I'm not going to play any of
I
Judgment.
love Judgment Skip. Also, yeah, seeing Forgotten
Yes.
Path was like seeing an old friend.
Are you ready? Roll.
Alright. Now things start to heat up. We're in the virtual reality world. Come on, let me in the goal, thank you.
Clear.
This has 2 of the most terrifying stages in the run coming up. Both of them are wire stages. One is It's Alive, and the
These
other
levels.
is
Uh-huh,
Hideous
yep.
Hoops. Hideous Hoops is probably the scariest stage for me in the entire run. Also, here's Gravity Floor. It changes the alignment of gravity.
Also,
I mentioned
do
this
believe
back
there's
in
something
Candy
important
Factory,
that
but
I
now
was
we're
supposed
seeing
to
it in
say, so
action.
whenever is a good time Slosh, you should let me know real quick.
Let's get ready.
I think now is probably actually a good time before we start getting into the really tough stuff. So if you got a message,
Alright,
now's a great time.
There actually is another bidware that is open for the character in the next run, Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania.
Ready? Start.
Yeah, there's so many playable characters in that game. Definitely check out that bid war. Obviously, your donations are all going to a great cause, so check out your options. Donate to whichever character is your
really.
favorite.
Clear.
You can choose which character will be flung around at high speeds, much like you did with this game.
Are you ready? Roll.
Yep. And Ice Swimfly is an absolute monster at SMB2 Marathon, so
Oh,
I know that he's going
absolutely.
to put on quite the
Yeah,
show.
this level.
Here's It's Alive. Yeah, the camera was not my friend. I'm very upset about this because I first tried the stage twice in practice today. Nice, second try. That's okay. I don't think I've ever gotten a 50 on that stage. That was really good.
Are you ready?
So that stage shows off a new feature in this game that is animation scaling of objects. So pretty much, yeah, the wire was growing and shrinking. Also, baby goal.
Finish.
You can now scale goals in this game.
Get rolling.
Alright, this stage is really jank. I don't like it. Let's hope that this goes well.
But yeah, scaling of objects is a very new feature that was recently added to this game. Pretty cool to see it being used.
Alright, Helix, I'm going to ask you to explain focus mode while I try and focus on this monster of a
Absolutely.
stage.
So, you might notice that little greenish bar just to the left of the minimap in the bottom right corner. That is Slosh's focus meter. Whenever Slosh picks up some coins, you will see that focus meter increase. Slosh can press whatever they have their focus button mapped to. That will make the game move in slow motion. This is, as you can imagine, extremely helpful for wires just like this one.
Clear.
Second
That's
try.
really good for this stage. Well done.
Are you ready?
Yeah, so that is a stage that I have lost like 5 minutes to in runs before. And earlier today I decided to test out how playing that middle ring felt with focus meter, because there's a stage in the standard course called Triple Decker that has pretty much spinning beams that you go across and 3 different goals. The red goal on that stage is very narrow, so I always used focus mode on it, and it feels really great. So I was like, maybe let's try that on an even harder wire stage, and it works
I'm
wonders.
ridiculous and don't use focus on hideous groups, but maybe I should try it.
Yeah, if you're comfortable with it, it is faster to not use focus meter, but
It is important to mention that the timer does not
No.
slow down when you are using focus meter, which is very good, otherwise it would be probably banned. Tight Fit is another rather difficult level. The stage used to be even more difficult. These things here that Slosh is trying to avoid are called bumpers. If Slosh runs into them, that's bye-bye to Rook.
Start.
I'm gonna be completely honest, that last attempt I just absolutely threw.
Happens with the best of them.
Um,
Don't worry, I've thrown on this stage so many times.
Okay, now we go through here. There we go. Alright, third try is still pretty good. I am not thrilled about how late I died on that stage both times though, so... This stage utilizes springs in a really unique way. This stage takes a lot of air control knowledge to beat. Because if you're not making
Clear.
any inputs, you fall faster. So you pick up more speed. So while you're going down on that stage, you want to not be moving at all. And then as soon as you start going up, you want to start boosting as much as possible to get the height that you need. That stage is stressful, but really
The gist
cool.
of air movement, excuse me, the gist of air movement is that the stronger your input, the slower you will fall.
Are you ready? Start.
I thought that I was going to bounce on top of that wall. Shoot.
I love the strat though. This
Oh,
strat's
well.
so cool. I totally thought you were gonna bounce on that wall.
Yes, second try. I thought I was going to bounce on the wall both times.
Are you ready?
Alright, this is not quite the hardest stage that's left. There's one coming up called Earthworm. That is an absolute... How did I first try that?
You're so good. Let's go.
Ready? Set.
That's really freaking hard to do.
Yeah, I think I first tried Squeeze By before, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm gonna take this bounce.
Don't forget about that Banana Mania character choice bid war, by the way.
Oh yeah, make sure to get your donations
Alright,
in.
doing the host job. Sorry, host.
No way. No way.
Clear.
That might be the hardest stage in the run, in my opinion, Earthworm, and I know I have
so
never first tried
impressive.
that.
Let's go.
Here is a stage that is going to be somewhat unpredictable. Scoot and scaffolding. Okay, now as long as I don't choke up here, we should be good.
Student scaffolding is my pick for the hardest stage in the run.
Okay, there we go.
Clear.
That is a stage that the collision on the bottom layer is very unreliable,
Set. Get.
and as soon as I can get a nice bounce up to the second layer, usually things go well. Not always. I'm going to skip this entire stage because gravity floors are cool.
Ready? Start.
The stage now moves. For anyone familiar with this game, this stage used to be an IL exclusive and did not move, and it moves
so if
now.
you have the game,
and it's
You
scary.
may have noticed there are a lot of stages in practice mode that now show up in expert. Some of them have been changed. Alternation is a great example.
Ready? Set. Roll.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to play this last ring intended. There we go. Nice. Boas is a really cool stage. Now what's next? Pills. Alright, I hope that I can pull this strat off because this is really cool. Bounce once, twice, 3 times, and then bounce. That's too deep a bounce, dang it. So pretty much I'm trying to get a bounce off of the second pill. You know what? That is a bounce that I can save, so I'm going to just do that. And now I'm going to do the backup, bounce 3 times, jump over here. Uh-oh, yeah, I didn't have enough distance. Let's try that again. This stage every once in a while just decides it's going to destroy me.
It's not easy, but none of these stages are easy. This can happen on pretty much any stage in this category.
I find it absolutely comical that I first tried Squeeze By and Earthworm, and Pills is the stage that is destroying me. How and why?
Marathon luck. That's what I'm gonna
Yeah, I
do.
guess so. Okay, I'm going to stop going for that strat.
You got this, Flush.
Thank you. Please. Thank you, Rook. Alright, now. There we go.
Swish.
How to lose a minute on Pills, everybody.
Are you
Here's another stage that we're pretty much not going to play any of. I mean, you're still doing
finish?
what the stage wants you to do, but you're just skipping a lot of
That's
it.
really cool.
Now we got
Set.
Now we got one of the hardest stretches of 2 stages, so I'm going to try and focus for dipped wires. I don't really need to focus for lanterns, but this stage is hard.
Oh yeah.
Stage used to be a lot easier. The blue goal used to be here. Now it's over there. Whoa. Okay, and I don't know how Twilight expects anyone to get to that green goal now with a .25 wire that is
Yeah.
dipped.
Same. Do you think lanterns would be?
And now we've got-
to hop in?
Yeah, this is a 40-second auto-scroller that is really hard, so go for it if you got any messages.
Alright, that door is open, and I would really love to see some donations to that, but that is for the run after this one, so make sure that you get your donations in soon if you want to affect what character the next run's done with.
Finish.
Yeah, that's coming up real soon. You got your choice of Morgana from Persona, Kazuma Kiryu from Yakuza, Meat from Jet Set Radio, Hello Kitty from Hello Kitty, and Sonic from Sonic. It's coming up real soon. Donate right now.
Finish.
Alright, so now that I'm past lanterns, there's pretty much only one stage left that
Start.
is a real threat, and that is going to be at the end of the next world, which is actually a brand new world theme to rolled out. After this stage, and obviously retrying on the bonus stage, we're going to be getting to the brand new volcano world, which has some of my personal favorite stages in it. There's the final 2 stages in Volcano are probably my 2 favorite stages in Rolled Out, which is
Swish.
kind of ironic that they're back-to-back in this category.
Ready, set, roll.
Here we go. The Volcano. Starting off with Q, I really need to learn to half skip on this stage. There's a way to scoop along to pretty much the halfway point of this top layer. And that saves, as you can imagine, a decent amount of time. But the footing that you're landing on is
Yeah, as you
not,
can see, pretty thin bridges.
not a
there.
whole lot.
Clear.
Another really cool strat on the hinge. Then
Are you ready?
this stage occasionally just will send you straight sideways on the first bounce. Thankfully it didn't that time. And none of the other bounces either. I love that stage though. Those things look like meteors and I love the design.
Are
It
you
reminded me of the hoppers from Monkey Ball 2.
Yes! I love that stage. Now we got Gigantic Goal.
finish?
You may have noticed that the goal in Volcano is usually very small, but that stage has a huge goal.
Start.
Also, some bonus stages do have goals, and the goal screen is pretty much the exact same in Volcano and bonus stages. The only difference is the goalposts are little, like, star wands in the bonus world instead of mini volcanoes.
Let's get ready.
Now we got a really cool spring stage here with Argyle. Because of a wacky way springs work in this game, there is an IL strat where you hit the side of the
course,
first
that's an IL
spring
strat.
and bounce
I'm not
on top of
surprised.
the stage.
Of course, it's a
Shoutouts to, I think, Noin for finding that strat.
Get rolling.
Noin's correct.
But that strat, unfortunately, is not RTA viable, and I'm really not thrilled that I died on this stage, because now the first half I don't have my coin indicators for where I'm supposed to drop.
I have a
Should be
similar
fine
issue on
now.
this level. Yeah, it's really fun.
Stage is pretty cool, though.
Expert manages to strike a really good balance between difficult and fun, in my opinion.
Get rolling.
But this is also speedrunners talking, so...
Roll.
Right.
Clear.
Alright, and now we have back-to-back my two favorite stages in the game. We got Drone. Ironically, there is a strat to pretty much not play any of it. And there's also an IL strat where you just dodge the pillar in the center and go straight to the goal. That's really hard, though. I wish it was RTA viable because it looks sick. Now we got Roller Mine. This is easily my favorite stage in the base game. It's just so cool.
It is very cool. I find it a little frustrating. The second ball in particular, the middle layer moves pretty darn fast. Oh, you almost had it.
Yeah.
But it is such a cool level.
And sometimes that happens too. Also, this stage makes use of custom Fallout volumes
Start.
with these little suns in the middle. The thing that I really... Whoa, what the heck? The thing that I really like most about this stage is it gives me some serious Super Mario Galaxy vibes, like when you're in those Bowser
Oh,
galaxies.
Get rolling.
It looks so nice. Okay, nope, okay. Usually this stage doesn't go this badly.
This is about how the stage usually goes for me. It's my fault, sorry.
There we
Finish.
I'll take the point, it's okay.
You're giving me bad luck.
Let's get ready. Roll.
Alright, we got one world coming up. Or, one last world left, I should say. Vortex.
And then that's it. So time will be coming
and-
up in about 10 levels.
And as you can see, Vortex has trans rights checkers.
Heck yeah. Very fitting.
Are you ready?
I'm gonna go for this IL once or twice. Yeah, okay, let's not do that. This
Roll.
both strats are sick. This is another one of my favorite stages. Like the end game of this run has just some of my favorite levels in all of Rolled Out. It is such a good course.
It feels like you've said that for every world, almost. That just speaks to how good this category is.
It's such a good category.
It takes a lot of skill, but it is super fun.
Set. Get rolling.
Now we got Morbius Donut,
Clear.
another stage with a huge goal.
Ready.
And Diving Wire, another one of those stages that has a strat that allows you to not play any of it.
Finish.
Also, I feel like I should explain another mechanic that this game has, given the fact that I'm going to be utilizing it in only a few stages now. So, this game has a camera turn multiplier that you can raise and lower, and it will pretty much change how fast the camera turns when you make inputs. This allows certain strats that would not be usually possible
Finish.
to be possible, and there's actually a strat coming up that will be utilizing the 0.09 or 0.9, sorry, camera turn instead of the usual 0.8 that speedrunners usually run on. And also, it's important to note that menuing in this game does not affect the in-game timer.
Clear.
But I changed the camera turn slightly to make this really cool strat for the green goal on whirling wires.
I forgot that was a
Possible.
0.9 camera turn strat.
It's going to be and time is going to be coming up when I pass through the goal on Link Spin. This stage is one of those stages that Twilight just decided to make huge, and it is hilarious to me. I
It's
love
so
this
good.
stage.
Unironically, it's really cool.
And time.
Clear.
That, after running in marathons for a year and a half, is the first time that I have ever PB'd in a marathon setting.
Not only is it a PB, and I know this doesn't count for as much, given that this category is not officially released, but it is a world record, at least to my knowledge. You should be extremely happy with that run, Slosh. Thank you for having me on for commentary. That was an absolute treat.
Yeah, thanks for hopping on. I'm kind of speechless right now, so I'm gonna give a few quick shout outs for hopping off. Shout outs to the Rolled Out speedrunning community and the Rolled Out development team for just being super awesome people. This game is such a masterpiece, and it's so much fun to run. Shout outs to Helix for hopping on commentary with me.
Thank you for having me.
Shout outs to my sister Susie for introducing me to speedruns. I don't even know if I would know speedruns exist without her. That's kind of shameful. Given how much speedrunning I've done, I know, but point still stands. Shout outs to Susie for that. Shout outs to Speed Stuff for Charity for having me. This was an absolute blast. I'm so happy that I was able to show off such a monstrous category like this for such a good cause.
Such a short time. You were concerned about your estimate. You destroyed it. I need a really quick plug the game. I saw a couple people in chat saying like, looking into buying this game. Please, it is absolutely worth it. Still actively being worked on. The devs are very responsive to feedback. It's just such a good game. It plays so well. Definitely check it out. Rolledoutgame.com. Hop in their Discord. A bunch of speedrunners in there. There's a whole speedrunning section of their Discord. Where can the people find you on the internet, Slosh, if you want to share?
You can find me on Twitch and YouTube, and then I guess Tumblr as well. I might as well plug that too. All at SloshW. And then you can find me on Twitter at SlosherWailord. I post all sorts of Marble Roller stuff. Post some Sonic. I'm getting into Sonic speedrunning, and I also plan on getting into some Octopath Traveler speedrunning before long. So, if you're interested in seeing more from me, that's where you can find me. And also, make sure to begin those donations in for that character bid war. Icewindfly, I know, is going to put on one heck of a show. That's all from me. But I believe Helix will be on commentary for that run as well, so they'll be sticking around. But once again, SS4C, thank you so much for having me. It was an honor to run this here. And everyone, make sure to stretch and hydrate and enjoy the rest of the marathon. Bye!